Hello friends, Jai Shri Ram. Today we are going to see how to build an application using Ionic framework, then how to deploy it as a website, how to deploy it as an Android app, then how to publish that Android app on one of the app stores like Indus App Store, which is an Indian app store. I'm not telling you how to do it on Google Play Store because I don't recommend it at all. I am telling you how to publish it on an Indian app store. All the process is exactly the same. It's only easier with the Indian app store. Okay, so let's get started. So this is going to be an end-to-end video. It could be long, but in the video description you'll get the index. In the index, all the topics that I've discussed are given, and in front of every topic there is a timestamp. So if you want to go to a particular topic only, then please go to the index which is given in the video description. So first things first, what is the objective? Let us say that I have 400 videos on my YouTube channel. So let us say that I want to create my tutorial app. So in that case, I want a common code base for this tutorial app, and then it should be deployable on multiple platforms using the same code base. Why is this important? This is important because if I don't have a common code base, then I'll have to employ 3 different teams. One for making a website, another for making an Android mobile app, another for making Apple mobile app. Okay, so maintaining 3 teams is not cost effective. Second thing is that I have to keep all the 3 products in sync. Means if I bring a new feature in the website, the same feature should also come in the Android app, and the same should also go in the iOS app. That is a little difficult, and that is why normally what people do is they have a common code base and they only deploy that application either as a website or as an Android app or as an iOS mobile app. Okay, now for this common code base you can either have Angular framework for writing this common code base, or you can have React.js or Vue.js JavaScript libraries, or you can directly write it using JavaScript language. Notice here, JavaScript is a language, React and Vue are libraries, and Angular is a framework. But if you go to Ionic website, they call all of them as the frameworks only. They call Android, React, Vue as well as JavaScript as framework. It's actually wrong, but probably they are trying to balance things out. Okay, and besides this, if this is what you want, then you should be using Ionic framework. So Ionic allows you to have a common code base and then deploy it on different platforms. And this common code base can be in either of these frameworks. Okay. Now there is one nuance that you can have this common code base partly written in Angular, partly written in React, partly in Vue, something like that. Khichadi can be there, and this architecture is called as polyglot architecture, but it is pretty difficult and I won't recommend it. In this video I am not demonstrating it. In this video I'll be creating an Ionic application using Angular alone, and then we will deploy it as a website and also as an Android app. Unfortunately I don't have Apple Mac system, iOS system, and that is why I cannot make Apple friendly software. So unfortunately I'm not showing you about the Apple app, but I'll show you Android app. Okay, let's get started. Now here is a very important slide where I've mentioned all the software that you need to install and all the various commands that you need to run to create this particular application. Okay, how to sign the APK and how to publish it, that also I'll tell you in the upcoming slides. All the slides after this have a lot of figures, and everything is given in a great amount of detail, so you can go through them at your convenience. Okay, a lot of these things are already given. You see all these slides, they are very verbose, very descriptive. Every little screenshot is given. Okay, so this is the this PDF is given in study material, which is there in the video description. Okay, so please download it and use it, and try to do it on your own. Seeing the video won't help you. Actually, work upon, get your hands dirty, work upon the software on your own. So I'll keep this slide on just for the demonstration purpose, because it has all these software. I'll explain about this software one by one. Git is the source control software, so it basically maintains your code in a local repository and a global repository. To know more about Git, I have these two videos. Please go through these two videos. Node.js is nothing but Node.js is basically a C++ wrapper around Google Chrome browser's V8 JavaScript engine. So Google Chrome browser has a V8 engine, which is JavaScript compiler, you can say. That compiler can only understand the JavaScript code which is in the browser, right? Now, what this Node.js person did is he just wrapped it around a C++ program, because Windows operating system understands only C++. It does not understand JavaScript. So now Windows operating system speaks to Node.js, which is a C++ program, and then it internally speaks to the V8 engine of Google Chrome, okay, and then V8 engine understands your JavaScript code. In this way, your JavaScript code can be run on your Windows system. So that is Node.js. Node.js, whenever you install npm, that is Node Package Manager, gets installed automatically. This manages the JavaScript packages. Okay, so just like Java has Maven, or this C# world has NuGet packages. Similarly, so NuGet is what? Package Manager. Maven is what? Package Manager. Similarly, JavaScript has Node Package Manager. Okay, then JRE, this is Java runtime environment. The concept of Java is that whenever you write any code in Java and compile it, that means javac, and you give the Java file, then its compilation is done in the bytecode. And then there are Java runtime environments for various different operating systems. So there can be one JRE for Windows, another for Apple, another for your ATM machine, another maybe for the Mars rover. Okay, so JRE can be made for anything. Okay, whichever is the processor, for that processor you can have a JRE. Now your code written in Java can run anywhere. It can run on Windows, Apple, Mars rover, ATM machine, anywhere. The magic is because of JRE, because every different platform has a different JRE. It accepts the bytecode, means the compiled version of your JavaScript code, and it executes it as per whichever is the underlying system. Got the idea? So that is JRE. JDK means Java Development Kit. So basically, if you are a developer, then it requires JDK for properly running Java. So this is the development kit. This is a set of libraries, you can say, which you can use in your Java programming. Okay, Android Studio. So this is an IDE, that is integrated development environment for creating, updating the Android mobile applications. Okay, and we can also create APK files, then you can sign that APK. Everything can be done using this Android Studio IDE. Similarly, Visual Studio Code IDE, this is also an IDE. It is used for making websites. So whenever you use Ionic or Ionic with Angular to create a website, till the website stage, you can work with Visual Studio Code. But as soon as you want to export it as a Android application, then you will require Android Studio. Okay, then creating an account on GitHub. So what is GitHub? So again, go through these two videos on Git. The first video tells you about what is GitHub, GitLab, and BitBucket. These three are basically just the hosting platforms of Git. So Git basically has two repos, right? For every project, whenever you say Git init, it creates your local Git repository, and then you sync it with some global Git repository. Okay, so that if something happens to your machine, your code is not washed off, it is safe somewhere else. So you keep syncing it with a cloud repository. So that cloud repository has to be kept somewhere, right? So that somewhere, whichever thing hosts that repository, that is called as a Git hosting platform. So there are three major Git hosting platforms nowadays. One is GitHub, which is maintained by Microsoft. Another is BitBucket, which is maintained by Atlassian company, which also has Jira and Confluence. And the third one is GitLab. Okay, so GitLab is important because it is basically a DevOps tool which also does all this Git hosting. So if you really want to do the CI/CD quickly, then GitLab is the best amongst all three of them. So, please create an account somewhere, at least in GitHub or BitBucket or GitLab, somewhere in one of the hosting platforms. You have to create an account. That's it. So this will set up your system. All the websites are mentioned right over here. Please go to these websites, and whenever the setup is downloaded, just go through the default options. Don't change anything. That will also work. If you want to know more about how to install Git, go through this video, please. Here I have explained in much detail. Now, next is in certain websites you will like to know that whether your operating system is 64-bit or 32-bit. So how will you come to know? Press this Windows button, then this pops up. Here you just put here system information. So here there is a system information app. It is given by Microsoft by default. Every system has it. Here you will see there is 64-bit 64 based PC. That means my machine is 64-bit operating system. Means this is not about operating system also. This is the kind of processor that it has. So it is a 64-bit processor. Okay, and the operating system is Windows 11. Okay. So based on this, you can download the setup. So now I'll show this to you live because my system does not have any of these. So let me install them one by one. Let me showcase that to you first. So I'll go to command prompt. Let us go one by one. Git. I don't have Git. Node or npm. I don't have. Java. I might be having. Javac also. I might be having. So JRE, JDK I must be having. Then Visual Studio Code ID I don't have. Android Studio also I don't have. Okay, so let us start this afresh. I'll go to Git website first. So this is basically the official website of Git. So just click on this particular button, download for Windows, and it will install it will download it. Now here, whether you want a standalone setup or a portable setup. Portable setup means just insert the thumb drive. You don't have to install anything. Automatically Git will be there as long as your thumb drive is inserted. Standalone installer on the other hand is that you are installing it explicitly and it will stay on the machine without any thumb drive. It will always stay on the machine. So I will choose standalone. Inside this also I have 32-bit or 64-bit. So as I just told you, my PC is 64-bit, so I'm going for 64-bit. Okay, I think I already have that setup. So okay, this Git will be like this. If I run it, then it is like this. This Git setup is very basic. To know more about how to what are the various options in this, please go through this video. This is a very important video, but if you don't want to go through the video, then just go with all the default options. Don't change anything. That's also okay. So that installs Git. Okay, after installing Git, you should be able to run the command git, okay, in the command prompt. Okay, done. Now I'll open the command prompt. So here just press the Windows button. This will pop up. Put cmd over there. This is the application. In this application, you just put git. You should be able to see something. That means it should be a recognized command. If you want to know the version, then git slash dash v. So that means version. So git version is so and so. Okay. Now I'll close this window. Now the next one, I have to install Node.js. So do I have the setup? I don't have it. Oh yes, I do have it. So this Node setup I'm downloading. Okay, where did I download it from? Let me show that also. This is the website. Here there is this big button. Just click on that and it will download the MSI. So it's the same MSI. I'm just running it now. So when I run it, this is the setup. Nothing much is asked. See, it is extremely simple. I accept the terms and conditions, go with the default options, that's it, install. Okay, so that should install Node.js. Node.js has npm already. Okay, so as soon as you install Node.js, it will automatically install npm also. So now if I go to the command prompt again, why am I opening it again and again? Because it does not recognize the newly installed software unless you close this window and reopen it. That's why I'm doing it again and again. So here if you put node, yeah, it is recognizing. Now I'm into node. Now whatever commands I give, node is listening to them. If I want to come out of it, then press Control C 2 times. So Control C. Now it says press it once again. So Control C. Then I came out of it. Now here I can say node version. Okay, this is the node version. Now npm, do you recognize it? Yeah, you recognize it. And what is the version of npm? So npm-v version is this. Okay, so I'm closing it again. Now the next thing that we want is JRE JDK. So going to JRE. Here you can download from here. So I'm using 64-bit operating system, so I'll click here. Okay, so it's an exe. Okay, it will download. Yeah, so now JRE setup, I'm starting. So here the setup is again the same. Do you want to change the destination folder? I don't want to change anything. Let it be the same. Whichever you want to choose, go with the default option. So this is JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment, so that all the bytecode can be executed on this Windows machine now. Successfully installed Java. Now, next thing is JDK. So I'll go to the official website. Here, the latest JDK at this time is JDK 22. In this, which type of machine am I using? I'm using Windows. So go to this Windows tab. Then here, which one do I want? So I want, see, what are these? I'll tell you. So if you say compressed archive, so this should be a zip file. Installer means exe, msi means .msi file. Okay, see, .zip, .exe, .msi. So I like .exe. I will go with .exe. Okay, that will also take some time to download. Okay, it is quick. By that time we can see JRE versus JDK. What is the difference? JDK is the superset of JRE and it includes all the tools needed to develop the Java applications, while JRE is only used to run those applications. I'm just trying to add some value while this is getting downloaded. Okay, so JDK is downloaded. Let me run the setup. Okay, so this setup is, see, I'm again selecting all the default options. See, it is JDK 22. Okay, click next steps for tutorials, API documentation and all. If you want to know more, click here. Okay, now what is left? Android Studio. So you can download it from this website. When you go to this website, you will see a big download button. Just click here. Then a lot of terms and conditions, read them, check this box and then click this download button. When you do that, then this will get downloaded. Okay, so this is the setup file. So I'm just running it. It is of 1 GB. I'm not doing it again. Okay, but you get the idea. So let the setup run. It's a very heavy setup and a very heavy IDE. When it came first time in the market, it was like a hot selling cake. I also liked it, but now it feels like it is very, very heavy. Yeah, so here you can Android virtual device means you'll be having This IDE gives a virtual device also, and you can debug into it and everything. Yeah, amazing IDE, but it is very heavy. Okay, just keep the default options and say install. Okay, let it get installed. Okay, it's happening quickly. Then the next thing we'll do is install Visual Studio Code IDE. Okay, so just go to this website. Now it gives a lot of options over here. If you are a Windows user, just click this button. But if you really want to install something using something specific, like you want a zip file only, then you can click here. Now, what kind of a processor do you have? Is it a 64-bit or 64-bit ARM? Okay, then that kind of information is there. ARM 32 for Linux, ARM 64 for Linux, or just x64, means let us say Intel 64 processor. So it gives a lot of options and a lot of installer types it gives. But if you are getting confused, then just hit this big button saying Windows. Okay, that much you should know, whether it is a Windows machine or a Linux machine or a Mac machine. It is Windows machine, just hit this button. It will download the setup. This is the setup. Okay, I've already downloaded it. Okay, let me see whether this setup is done. Okay, this is done. Android Studio is ready. It will open for the first time. Let it open. Where is it? It is opening. This is the Android Studio, guys. Okay, nothing different, very simple. Now VS Code. So VS Code setup is already downloaded. I'm running it. This is also a very simple setup. Just execute everything as it is. Now I will check these two options because they give open in code option in Windows Explorer file context menu and directory context menu. So I'll tell you what it is. Let it install. See, it's very smooth and very quick. This is the kind of IDE I like. This is in stark contrast with the Android Studio IDE because it is very heavy IDE. Okay, and now you can launch it or you can keep it as it is. Okay, see here now, if I right click on any folder and if I go to more options, this is called as a context menu. So in this context menu, now I see the option open with code. Similarly, if I right click on any file, then this is the file context menu. Here also I should be able to see open in. Okay, that file should be of the type which can open in VS Code, but I think it is allowing any file to be opened in VS Code. I don't know whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, but this is what those checkboxes meant. Okay, so congratulations, your machine is set up, everything is done. Now you create an account on either GitHub or GitLab or BitBucket. So I'm giving the link of GitHub. I've already created my account and I've logged in also. My account username is Amit-Shirasao. Okay, so that sets up your machine. Now run these commands in any terminal window. Terminal window means this black windows. When you say CMD, this is a terminal window. There are various types of terminals like PowerShell, command prompt, Git bash. Anything black is called as terminal window. Now the terminal window that we are using is command prompt. So most of our coding will or most of our video is about command prompt only. Now run this command npm install globally ionic/cli latest. So I already have Ionic, I guess. Yeah, I already have Ionic 7.2, but still if you want to install, if you don't have it, then you should be saying npm, or let me clear it, cls to clear the screen, npm install globally Ionic CLI, and here I can say latest. If you don't say latest, then also it's okay. It will by default install the latest version only. It will run, but maybe it will throw some errors or something. See, it is throwing some errors. See, now also if I see what is Ionic version, it will show 7.2 only. I already have this, so don't worry about this. This is Ionic CLI version 7.2. After this, what else do I need? Now Ionic CLI, that is command line interface, is there. Command line interface means I can give Ionic commands from the command line itself. Means from this command line window itself, I can give the commands. So that is called as command line interface. Here I have installed it globally. That means I can give those commands from any folder. Here, which folder am I into? I am into my user folder, right? Now I can be in F colon also. Here also I can give Ionic command. Why? Because it is installed globally, right? Here also it recognizes what is Ionic. Then let us select a nice folder where we want to create our project. So I'll go to this folder. Here I want my project to be created. So I'm copying this. I'm saying cd, that is change directory, and pasting it. Okay. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. When you want to copy something from command line terminal, then you can always select it, right click it, so it gets copied. You again right click it, it gets pasted. It always gets pasted here wherever is your prompt. That is why this is called as prompt. Okay, so only this prompt is promptly listening to you. Nothing else is listening to you. So that is how you can remember this is called as a prompt. So you right click here also, then also it will get pasted here only. Got the idea? Now let's start. The first command is Ionic start. Okay, so now left arrow to move left, I'm saying Ionic start, enter. So it is first asking me whether I want to create the app using wizard. So I'll show you what that wizard is. The wizard is something like this. See, if I say yes, then this kind of a browser window opens. In that I can give the app name, app icon, app theme, that is the color theme, the accent color of the app, and I can choose a template, and I can also pick the framework, and then I can say continue. Then I can log in, and then it will authorize, and then finally it will say that now the app is building in the terminal. Now if you go back to the terminal where you gave this yes, then it will show that okay, everything has happened, the Ionic app is ready. Okay, so this is how the UI kind of framework, or what do you call it, app creation wizard. So app creation wizard works in this particular way. But I'm not a great fan of this, because in the app creation wizard, the main problem is that it gives you option to choose from only 3 templates: tabs, menu, and list. And I want more options. Especially I want the template saying blank template. Blank template will be a very minimalistic kind of a project, and that is what I want. And this app creation wizard does not give me that option, and that's why I'll be saying no over here. So I'll go over here, I'll say no. Now when I say no, it is now asking me about the framework first. So whether I want Angular, React, or Vue. So can I select it like this? No, I cannot click on it. So I have to press the up and down arrow keys. So up and down arrow keys to select one of them. So I'm choosing Angular. Now hit enter. Okay, enter. So whenever there is a question, there's a question mark over here in green, and whatever answer you gave, that is in blue. Okay, everywhere you will find the same thing. So for creation wizard, I said no. For framework, I said Angular. Now it is asking me the project name. So let us say greet hello. That's my project name, greet hello. Which template do I want? I want a blank template. Now notice that here I have these many options. So other than tabs, menu, and list, I have blank as well as my first app. All these templates are there. So I want blank template. Now here I can choose between node modules or standalone. Angular apps normally are made nowadays. Newer thing is to make it as standalone components so that lazy loading can be facilitated. If you want to read more about it, just control and click on this link so that it opens in the browser. Control and click. Did it open? Oh, it has opened already. It opened 2 times. feel free to go through this page. They have given a great amount of detail why Angular wants you to create standalone components nowadays. It does not want you to create ng modules. But still, I'm an old school person and I rely more on tried and tested code instead of new experimental code. Well, Angular people say it is not experimental, it is very stable, but I don't believe them. So I'll go with ng module. Here it has created a directory within this folder. So let me go to that folder. Where is that folder? We were creating code over here, right? See here, greet hello folder is created. So that is what it says. I've created this folder. Now downloading and extracting the blank starter. So there is a starter template. See, starter template with the name blank is being downloaded into this folder. So it is downloading the source code on its own. Okay, I don't have to write a single line of code at the moment. It is downloading everything. After downloading it, it will also install capacitor. What is capacitor? Ionic basically is used only to make your website. Okay, now from that website, if you want to make a mobile app, either an Android app or an iOS app or maybe a Windows application, then for that you will require something called as capacitor. So capacitor gets the website code and it creates an Android app or an iOS app or a Windows application out of it. Okay, so that is capacitor. So capacitor also, it is first installing capacitor, then it is installing capacitor's core, and then it will install capacitor's CLI, and then it will install something more about capacitor. So this is how it does. So whatever is given with this prompt, this means internally also it is running some command. So this is another, this command you can also run in the command prompt. You can also run this command. This is a command only because it is coming in front of this prompt and it is also showing it in blue. Okay, so these two are the commands that you can also run. Another thing is npm install. We normally write npm install. Now when you formally have to call npm, then normally you say Mr. npm do this. So the way of saying Mr. npm is npm.cmd. When you say npm, it is like calling me by my first name, Amit, come here. But if you say npm.cmd, that's my proper name. So you'll be saying, Mr. Amit Shirasao, could you please come here? It's one and the same thing. So this is just a formal way of saying npm install. When you say save, then its entry is made in your package.json file. I'll let you know about it. And yeah, -e, I also don't know. Let us investigate together. So npm install -e stands for what? Stands for what? Okay, I don't know. Do let me know in the comment section what is acha, is that, I don't know what is -e. Do let me know in the comment section, please. Okay, going ahead, after core, what did it install? It installed CLI, as I told you earlier. Also it will install CLI. Then haptics. Haptics is what? Haptics is basically see, haptics gives capacitor an ability to make that kind of a mobile app which can vibrate the phone. Okay, that kind of effects are there in haptics library. So capacitor can use haptics library to create that kind of an application which will vibrate your phone. So haptics, let us investigate that also. Capacitor haptics. It provides physical feedback to the user through touch and vibration. Okay, that is it. Then what happened? Haptics also got installed. After that, it did capacitor. See, again, instead of saying just capacitor, it is saying capacitor.cmd. It's like, Mr. Capacitor, could you please initialize this particular project? So the starter, and here is the here is basically the end, you can say the artifact. So w folder is the folder in which whenever you say Ionic build prod, then the website that is created in the production mode, that website, that artifact means end product of a build. So that artifact is this particular www folder. This folder can directly be deployed into IIS, and that is your website. Now capacitor is being told that your source code is not this entire Ionic code. Your source code is only this www. Capacitor, Mr. Capacitor, you do not care about rest of the code. You only care about this directory, which is www. And from this directory only you make your mobile app. Got the idea? So this is what this statement means. This command means. Now what is it doing? Capacitor config. Okay, capacitor config file has been created in this particular. Okay, let me see whether it is created. I don't believe it. I have to see everything here. Where is capacitor config? Okay, I don't see it. Where did you create it? Greet hello. Okay, here you created it. Yes, you did create it. Very good. Then let us see. Okay, successfully created. Then what did it say? Integration added. Okay, I believe you. Then what did you installing dependencies? May take several minutes. Okay, now this installing dependencies are starting. So this is what npm install. Mr. npm, please install. So what this means is, where is this getting run? This is getting run over here in greet hello. Okay, so here there is a package.json file. So if you run npm install in this folder, then it searches within this folder, is there a package.json file? And in this package.json file, there are so many dependencies given. Few are dependencies and few are dev dependencies. Dev dependencies means they are only dev dependencies means only while you are developing the application you require them, but after the application is developed, then they are not required. So in the end artifact, that means in the actual website, that means in the www folder, only these dependencies are given and not the dev dependencies. Got the idea? So this is the difference between them. Now every dependency is given in the terms of what package is there. This is the node package and which version of that package is needed. So the version has three parts separated by dots. So the first part is called as main version. The second part is called as first part is called as major version. Second part is called as minor version. And the third part is called as patch or patch version. So when I say caret 18.0.0, it means Mr. npm, when you install this dependency, please install which version of this dependency? Install the version which is 18.anything.anything. Means the minor version and the patch version can be anything. You pick the latest one, whichever you get. But the major version has to be 18. This is what this caret symbol means. Got the idea? This caret symbol means that. Similarly, there can be another symbol called as tilde symbol. So what tilde symbol says is, keep the major version and the minor version the same. Okay, and this patch version you can keep anything, pick whichever is the latest. So here, while installing Mr. npm, ensure that RxJS has version 7.8. anything. Got the idea? Okay, now when I say npm install, then it first searches for this file package.json within the folder in which that npm install command is run. In that package.json, it will see all these things. All these dependencies are there. For every dependency, it will download these dependencies from the cloud, from somewhere. Leave it at the moment. It will download from somewhere, anywhere. And it will download it where? So where will it download? Let me open this folder first. Let me open this folder. So here is that package.json file. It is downloading this Angular animations to node modules. Here you will see Angular, inside that there is animation. Okay, now in Angular animation also there is a package.json. So here it will tell you the actual version that it downloaded, right? It has downloaded 18.2. 1 because we had mentioned caret 18.0.0. So now beyond 0.0 it had got 2.1, so it is okay, but 18 it has kept constant. Why? Because I had given caret symbol over there. Got the idea? So this is how all these versions are installed. And then now it might be really difficult to keep a track of all these node modules. Go into that, see the package.json and see which version got installed. So to ease that, after installing every module, it also makes an entry of those modules in package-lock.json. So here, these are just the packages, again mentioning the same thing again. But in these packages, let us see, like node underscore modules, modules slash @angular, and then what did you have? Animations, right? So see here it is saying that version. Now this node package, so this node package is also dependent on some other things. So these are peer dependencies. So there are so many other, see this is a dependency, tslib. So now when you search as node module slash tslib, you will see that this version of tslib is installed. It might also have some other dependencies in the way. So this is what npm install is doing. After that, what happened? It has initialized the git. So initializing the git means this folder is now having a hidden folder called as .git. .git has all the configuration for your git. This is basically what these are the configurations for your local git repository. Now this folder itself, this greet hello folder itself has become your local git repository. Why? Because this folder has .git. So this .git means that this containing folder, that is greet hello, is your local git repository. Okay, after git init, it has executed git add a. So what that means is it adds the changes in the working directory to the staging area. So git has working directory, which is this folder having this folder greet hello is the working area because it has the .git folder, and staging area means whichever changes are to be committed, they have to be staged first. So that is done using this command git add a. That means it stages all your changes, and then it will also commit those changes. Let us go down. Yes, it is committing it as an initial commit. And then finally it says that your Ionic project is ready. So now you can go to this project. I'll go to this project. Okay, then it says you can run this project using Ionic serve command. So I'm running this project. So whenever you select anything and you right click, it gets copied, and when you paste it, when you right click it, it gets pasted as well. Okay, now I'm serving it. So when you say serve, then it will get built. And this serving is not serving is not deployment. Serving only means that it will get built and within the memory it is there. Okay, it is not an artifact is not created. That means www folder is not created. Okay, it is only there in the memory. It is there in the RAM. It is not there on ROM. So if you put it in RAM alone, then it is called as serving the project. But if you put it in ROM, then it will be called as building the project. Okay, so when you say Ionic build -- prod, then this folder will get created. So I have told you that see here. So when you say Ionic build prod, then this www folder will be created. If you don't say Ionic build, if you just say Ionic serve, then it will get built, but it stays in the memory only. It stays in the RAM. It does not get pasted anywhere in the ROM. That means on your hard disk. So now see, it is generating the bundles, everything in the memory. Okay, and then it launches your application in the default browser. So this is your application. Now let us study this application properly and make a few changes to it. so that you know how it is working. So first of all, in this greet hello folder, I have explained you about package.json, package-lock. These three are TypeScript configuration files. TypeScript means it's a Microsoft language which basically compiles to JavaScript. So in JavaScript, there is no concept of inheritance. There is no concept of class only. So there is no concept of object. So no question arises about inheritance. Then sometimes you also feel that the data types are not strongly defined, means it is not a strongly typed language, it is a loosely typed language. Everything is basically just an object, and there are a few more data types that they have given, like number, string, boolean, something like that. But there are no proper data types like float, integer, that kind of data types, or character, that kind of data types are not there. So it is a loosely typed language, and so we needed a strongly typed language. So Microsoft came up with TypeScript. In TypeScript you can make objects also, and it is strongly typed also. So if you why is strong typing needed? Because if you are assigning one data type to another data type, means if you make variable of one data type and if you assign value of another data type, then it should throw a compile time error. Okay, so that means it is a strongly typed language. But in JavaScript, it is very meek language. It will listen to whatever you do. So if you have a string variable and if you assign a number to it, it will only typecast the number to string and then assign it in that variable. It won't even give you any error. So it's a very meek and feeble kind of a person who accepts whatever you throw at that person. So that is a weakly typed language, and that's why we needed a strongly typed language, and that is TypeScript. So TypeScript at the application level, this is sorry at means I think this is the global TypeScript configuration. This is specific to our application, and this is specific to the spec files that you create. So spec files are the files which are used to test your JavaScript code. Okay, so these three configurations about TypeScript are given here. Karma is a framework in which you will be testing the application. So Karma, and it internally uses Jasmine. Jasmine is the framework in which your testing will happen. So all the Karma related configurations can be put over here. Ionic related configurations are put here. Capacitor related configurations, Angular related configurations, whichever things you want to ignore from Git, they are given here. Ignoring from Git means in our Git repository, this node modules is not saved, right? It does not keep a track of node modules because it is keeping track of package.json. And whenever you do npm install, then automatically node modules will get created on its own. So it does not save node modules on the cloud repo. Git does not save it on the cloud repo. Okay, so this has to be ignored. So how will Git know about it, that what has to be ignored? So in this file you mention that node modules has to be ignored. See, and that is why it is not saved in the Git repo. Okay, ESLint. So ESLint related, ES means what? ECMAScript. ECMAScript is a standard which JavaScript follows. And lint means what? See, many a times the code is properly written, but the indentation is wrong. Like indentation could be like this, or something wrong is there, which disturbs the readability of the code. But the code is still correct, so it does not give compile time errors. It does not give runtime errors also. It runs properly, but the only thing is that it is not very reader friendly. You cannot read it very clearly. So those kind of errors, that it is not reader friendly, that error is called as linting error. Okay, so ESLint means it will give the rules about linting, that how should various files with various extensions behave, or how should that code be, okay, linting wise. So those settings are given over here. You can go through these rules as well. Then editor config. So this editor, will it be using which character set it wants to use, indentation style, will it be space or if space or tab, or then how many spaces, how many tabs. So here see, if I just select this, you will see two dots over here. That means two spaces are there. Okay, if I make the indentation size as 4 and I save it, and I go here, I save this file also. So see here, it is taking 4 spaces. Now instead of space, if I say tab, save it, again go here, save this file also, then it is just one tab. Yeah, here indent size doesn't matter now in the case of tab. I'm reverting both these changes, saving it, and I'm saving this file again, so it reverts back to 2 spaces. Got the idea? So this is what editor configuration. Editor means this IDE, Visual Studio Code, has 3 parts. One is editor, another is the compiler, another is the runtime. So all these 3 things make this IDE. So the most important or most widely used part is the editor. So how will this editor behave? Those configurations are given over here. Then browser list RC, it basically tells you that whenever you run run this project, then it should be run in Windows Chrome of version 79 and above. Android, on an Android phone, whichever Chrome browser is there, the version should be 79 and above, Firefox 70 and above, Edge 79 and above, and so on. Got it? So that is given over here. Node modules, I've already told you what it is. VS Code is the kind of configurations or extensions, or see what all settings I've used. So those settings are given over here. Then what all extensions I'm using, that is given over here. So that is .vs Code. .angular is again the similar kind of a thing, that which webpack it is using. Means Angular related settings are given here. This is not your Angular project. Angular project is this source only. Inside this only there is Angular project, but all the settings of Angular are given over here. What else? Yeah, then let us come to source. So this is the source folder. This has your source code. Now the source code basically has, again, let us go with these files first. Zone flag, let's leave it at the moment. So zoning is what? Zoning means there is a continuous watcher of change of state, and zone.js is used for that. Now they are going away from zone because in the latest version of Angular 18, they are saying that zone.js won't be used. So I don't know, probably they still have this zone flag.ts in this starter template of Ionic, but Angular nowadays says that zone should not be used because it is very much performance heavy, so it decreases your performance. Test.ts, so all your test suite and everything starts from here. Polyfills. Main.ts is the main place from where your JavaScript execution starts. Index.ts is that file which is your single page application. So Angular is used to make single page application, and various components get appear on that page and go away, and some other components comes, but it is basically the same page. That is called as a single page application. So since it is a single page application, which is that HTML file which is getting rendered? That HTML file is index.html. Okay, global.css is the style sheet that is being applied. See, whenever you make any web application, browser understands only 3 things: HTML, which is this file, CSS, which is this file, and JavaScript file. So this main.ts gets compiled to JavaScript. Okay, so HTML gives the structure of the page, CSS gives the look and feel of the page, but behavior of the page will come from main.ts. So what should we focus more upon? We should focus more upon main.ts at the moment. So I'll tell you, see, index.html, it just has body and it has app root. You don't understand anything from this file, right? What is app root? So that meaning is also given from main.ts. You will come to know the meaning. So go to main.ts. Here it says that the bootstrap module, bootstrap means starting point. So the starting module is app module, Actual word is module, but people still call it as module. It's up to you, but I would normally call it as module. So bootstrap module is app module. So this is where the execution will start. Now control and click on it so that you go to that file directly. Okay, control and click on it. See, now we were over here in main.ts. Now we came to app-module.ts. Here what will you do? Here you will see that, okay, this module, any module has multiple components. And out of all those components, which is the starting component? That is called as a bootstrap component. So here declarations means it has these many components. So there is only one component at the moment, but it is an array. You can have multiple components. So out of these components, which one is the bootstrap component? It is this app component. Actually, it's the only component, so it is the only component, and that's why it's the only one which is the bootstrap component. So you again control and click on it so that you go to that file. So that file is defined over here, app component. Okay, we go over here. See, it is selected now. Here, if you see, this file says that wherever you see app root, then it means you replace it by this HTML and you style it using these style cases. So again, this is also an array. You can give multiple style sheets over here as well. So wherever app root is there, then this HTML will take its place. So where is this HTML? Just go over here, this file it is. So here it says Ion router outlet. So what is router outlet? What this tab means is go as per whatever is the routing, whatever is the outlet of your router. Okay, now what is a router? Router means, what is a route first of all? A route means, see, this is your domain name and this thing, what is it called? Port. So localhost is your domain name and port is 8100. This together is called as base URL, without this dash, only this much. This is called as base URL. And after this, whatever is there, that means /home. This is your route. Okay, now let us understand what this route is pointing towards. So how will you do that? First of all, see where routing is given. So routing is given in this app routing module. So go to that. Here, this is a module. It says that route module for route. So it is basically working for these routes. And then this is just a configuration. That preloading strategy is preload all the modules. So all the modules will be preloaded. Lazy loading is not there. So these are the routes. Now go to those routes. Again, control and click on them. See, the routes are defined over here. So it says that whenever no route is given, then please redirect to the route with the name or with the path home. Okay. So, and the path matching is complete, full. So if I don't give anything over here, then also it will redirect to home. Okay, but then what to display in home route? So for that you have to see this load children. So what it says is first of all import home module, and then in that go to home page module. Okay, and that is what you need to display. So I'll control and click on it. So home module will be inside this. This is a module. So whenever you create a new module, a new folder gets created for that within your app. So I'll go here, and then this is this is where that module is there. And see, this is what it is saying also. So in this there is one folder called home, and inside that there is home.module. So this one. So this is the file. So import this file, and from that you get this module. So if I control and click on it, you will go to this file. Here it says that, you know, there are so many different modules that it has imported. One module importing other modules, and then it says that this is a component inside it. So declarations are always components. So when you control and click on it, so this is that component. This component says that wherever app home is given, there you replace it with this particular HTML. Where is app home given, by the way? Let me see where all it is given. It is not given anywhere, but by default what is happening is we just have to show this home page module, right? And this module only has one component, so this has to be declared or has to be shown anyways. So here we will go to this HTML. This is getting displayed, so this is that HTML. Here this is exactly what is getting displayed. See, blank. So instead of this, I'll call it as greet me app. Greet me. So now you see greet me has come over here. So this is the page which is getting displayed. So let us see the source code properly. It says this is the header, okay, greet me. So this is the header which is greet me. This whole thing is the header. And then after that, ion content, that means this is this content. So in this content, you are seeing that it is full screen. If you collapse it, then this will be the collapsed header. So leave it for the time being. I can even comment it if you want, because it is not getting displayed. In see, if this content is too much and if you scroll it, then many a times you must have observed that, you know, let me show it to you. So if you scroll this, then many a times this header collapses and it becomes small header, right? So if you want that functionality, then you have to define that how should that shortened header look. So this is how it should look. Okay, this is how it should look. So it will have, let us say, size is large, size can be made small, size of the title can be made small, and you can give the same title again. Okay, got the idea? So this is that. And then you have this content. So content is, see, for content here it has said that whenever there is container, then text align center position absolute, left right 0, top 50%, and translate transform is translate y minus 50%. So what this does is, whatever you write inside anything having id as container, that means inside this div, whatever you write, everything will be center aligned horizontally as well as vertically. So it comes at the center of the screen. So instead of writing all of this, I can just write here Amit Shirasao, my name. See, you will see this Amit Shirasao over here. Got the idea? Now whatever you change here, everything is getting reflected very well over here. This is called as live serving, because this build is actually there in the RAM, right? So as soon as you change anything, it compiles and refreshes the same RAM memory, and that is why it gets reflected in the browser as well. So this is how it is. Now how will you add new components to it? So for that, you just go here to Ionic docs, and here you can search for UI components. So it has a lot of components like action sheet, alert, badge, button. So I'll go for button. Now what kind of a button do you want? Default button, disable button? Okay, I'll want default button. So this is the code. Now I'm using Angular, so this is the code. If I'm using plain JavaScript, this is the code. If I'm using React, this is the code. Okay, so I'll go for Angular, and I just want this first button, so I'll just copy this part. Okay, now if I want to check a few things, if I want to try out a few things, then there is this online stack blitz compiler, you can say. So when you go to that, this is a live compiler. You can go to all the files also from here, and you can change them, and you can see it running live over here. But I'll leave it to you to explore. I know that this is correct only. I'm copying this to this location, and I'll say that greet me. Okay, greet me is a button now. So is it appearing like a button? Yeah, it is a button. Now when I click on this, then something should happen. Okay, so what should happen? It should have a label over here. So how do I put a label? How do I put a label? So I'll go to the components again. See, I mean Ionic framework docs, and here I'll search for I want a label. So ion label. Okay, how will I use it? Okay, in Angular I have to use it like this. So now instead of copying from here, I can also copy the whole thing like this. I'm copying it. I'm saying, okay, this is my label. Now whatever I write inside it, that is the label that gets displayed like a label. Now I want them to be in different rows, so I'll say br means break the line. Okay, so it should appear at the below this thing. Now here I have selected this mobile view. I can select which mobile also I want. So okay, Samsung, okay, it will look like this. If I don't want this, then this is how the website will look. Okay, and what is this? This is the developer tool. So you can always go here, you can go to more tools, and then you can go to developer tools. Alternatively, Control Shift I or F12 button also you can press to toggle this developer tool. Okay, so this is the developer tool. So here okay, that is enough. Maybe I'll just keep it like this only, no problem. Now when I click this, then here hello should be there, hello should get displayed, or maybe this label is just blank at the moment. Okay, now whenever I say greet me, then it should show something, or maybe I'll give it a blank space so that like this, so that something appears over here. Now how do I do that? For that I have to capture some event. Click event has to be captured. So how is that done? Now this has to be done using Angular. So for Angular, what will you do? Go to the Angular website. Angular website. This is the Angular website. Here you can again search. You can search for event binding. So how is event binding done? Oh, it is done like this. So on the click of an event, this method should get called. Okay, this is how I have to do it. So okay, that is fair enough. Event is given in this round bracket. So click on save. Okay, so now here on click, so I'll go here, I'll say click. On the click, it should do something. Now it should do something. So here I'll just say console.log and I'll just say Amit. Okay, now let us see whether this is working. Okay, this does not work. Okay, this absolutely doesn't work. So what can I do? I cannot write this console.log Amit here. I have to give the method name. So let me give the method name as greet. And where should I define this method? So this is the HTML. Now go to the TS file of that same name. So this is where I have to make that method greet. Okay, and here I can give that command that please console.log Amit. Now when I open the developer tool, okay, now this is to clear the console. This is, I'm into the console at the moment. See, now here if I click greet, it is consoling out Amit. Okay, now instead of consoling out, I want that label to be hello should be the label. So how do I change this dot to hello? How do I do that? Okay, now when I click this greet me button, then this label should have some value, and I'm giving it in the mustache tags. I can give a variable over here. I can call this as greeting. Okay, and let me make this variable in the TS file. Here I'll go and create a variable called greeting equal to, let us say, hello. Now see the magic. So when I save this, I go here. See, by default it is saying hello. By default, let us say that it does not have any value. Let it be dot something like this. So by default it is just like this. When I click this, then it should become hello. So when I click this, I'll say this dot greeting is equal to hello. Okay, so when I click this, it becomes hello. Okay, so that is a very basic functionality. When you load the page, it will have dot. When you click on the greet me, then it will say hello. That is all that my application does. Okay, it's a very basic application. Now let us deploy this application as a website, and then deploy this application as a Android mobile app. So how will you do that? Again, go to my slides. Here it says that Ionic capacitor add Android. Okay, so let us do that. I'll go over here, I'll go, this also has an integrated terminal, so you can always open that terminal like this, new terminal, or you can go to view and terminal or control tilde. So basically tilde is this button which is just below the escape key. So control and tilde, that should open terminal. Now when you open the terminal, there are a few settings also. You can select which is the default terminal you want. So you can go here, you can say, sorry, you can go here and you can select the default profile, and here you can select which one you want as the default terminal. So I've selected command prompt as the default terminal. So when I click here, the next terminal is also command terminal. When I click here, once again, by default it is command prompt. If I want git bash, then I can select from here, or javascript debug terminal I can do here like this. Okay, and I can always split them, so this same terminal gets split into two. I can delete them. Okay, and whenever I close this window, the terminals are still running, so no problem there. They are still running. They just get collapsed, but they still keep running. So here I'll give the command Ionic capacitor add Android. So Ionic capacitor add Android. Okay, so what it will do is it will it will just create the Android project. So here till now we don't have Android folder. Now it has created this Android folder. Okay, but it is very blank. It is a basic blank Android project that it has created. Now it should actually copy the code which is there in my Ionic application into this Android. So how is that done? Now I told you earlier that capacitor cannot read your basic code, right? It will only read whatever is there in www folder. So we need to create that www folder. For that we have to run the command ionic build -- prod. So let us run that command. See this terminal, I can full screen it like this by clicking this arrow. I'm saying Ionic build -- prod. Okay, so it is now going to create www folder. So what is it saying? Would you like to share? No, I don't want to share any usage data. No. Anything else? Okay, it is generating it now. So now at the end of this command, it will generate www folder. Of course, it is also get ignored, so it will show like this in gray. It will show like this in gray. So let it get generated. Okay, it got generated. This is the www folder. See, it is in gray. That means it is get ignored. Now what will happen? Now I can give this command npx capacitor copy and npx capacitor sync. What this will do is it will copy the content from this www in my Android project. What is my Android project? This is my Android project. Don't get it confused with this project. This is Angular setting. It is not even a project. It is just Angular setting dot Angular. This is Android. So between Angular and Android, no, I also get confused many a times. So the one without dot is Android. So now let us give this command npx capacitor copy npx capacitor sync, and add means just execute both of them one after the other. So npx capacitor copy and where is that ampersand? Npx capacitor sync. Okay, I gave the command, something is happening, and at the end of it this Android folder will grow in size. Now it will have the actual data. Okay, see, everything is done, everything finished. Now this Android project actually has your data. Now let us open this in the Android Studio. Okay, so when you click this when you put this command, then it will open in the Android Studio. Npx capacitor open Android. Okay, so it will just open it in the Android Studio. Got the idea? So this is how you basically create an Android project. So for the first time when you open it, you have to trust the project. Okay, so this is your Android Studio. Now we will pause for a minute. This is your Android project. Of course, it will Gradle build. Everything will happen nicely. Don't worry about it. But we'll pause over here. I did not explain you how to deploy your website on IIS. So let us see that first. Okay, so your website is what? Your website is this www folder. So I'm right clicking it. I'm saying copy path. Now I'll go to IIS. If you don't see this, then you select Windows features, turn Windows features on or off. You go here and you check the feature called IIS. IIS, which means Internet Information Services. So just check this box. Okay, if it is not already checked, then please check this box, say okay. So due to this, what will happen? You will be able to see IIS Manager. Okay, IIS Manager, that is Internet Information Services Manager. So this is basically an application which allows you to host websites on your PC itself. So this is the deployment server. So I already have a website. If you want to delete it, you remove it like this. Okay, and every website also has an application pool. So go here and delete it. So application pool won't get deleted unless you delete the website. So first delete the website, then delete the application pool. So everything is clean now. Now I will right click, I'll say add website. I will give some name like greet. What is the name of my project? Greet hello. Yeah, greet hello. Okay, and the physical path, I have just copied the physical path of www. I am pasting it here. Now if you do only this much, then it will deploy it on localhost. But if you go here and if you select your IP, then you will be able to see it on your mobile also. So please select IP. Then here HTTPS is better. Okay, nothing else is needed, but for HTTPS you will require an SSL certificate. So chances are that you already have an SSL certificate. Okay, I already have one for gaming. I have another for this Camtasia, which I use for editing my software. If you don't have it, then you get SSL certificates online also. Let me check. Get SSL certificate for free. See, you get a lot of SSL certificates. You can just download them and you can select it from here. You give the path of that SSL certificate. Got the idea? Now I already have one by Camtasia, so I'll check this. This is how this certificate actually looks like. Okay, now after this I'm just saying okay. So it got deployed on my IP address and on this particular port. If you want to change the port, then you can right click, you can say edit binding, double click this, you can change the port. I want the port to be, let us say 85. Anything that you feel like. Okay, I can do that. So now when you restart, see it is still running on the same port. If you restart it, it is going to run on 85 port. Got the idea? This is enough. This is enough about IIS. Now, can I access this on my mobile? Let me share my screen and tell you. I won't be able to access it because I have to open this port now. Okay, I'm not able to access it, but still, let me share my screen and showcase that to you. So this is my mobile screen. I went to my browser and I'm trying to search this thing 192, my IP address. Instead of :80, I have 85, right? I'll go here. I'm not able to search. Second thing is that here actually I should be giving https ://. Otherwise, anyways, you won't be able to see that. Oh, great. I'm able to see greet me. I wonder why. Maybe I'm on the same Wi-Fi. Is that the case? And I have enabled debugging. Is that the case? Should I go to my mobile network and check once? I really wonder why this is happening, but ideally it should not load. Ideally, if it doesn't load, then what should you do? You go to your Windows firewall, and in the firewall you have to create an inbound rule. From here, the rule type should be port, because I'm opening a port. Port is 85, and on this port allow all the connections, okay, from all these profiles, and then just say what name. So this is my inbound rule, or give anything inbound rule about port 85. Okay, you just say finish. So this is your inbound rule. It should be in the enable state. And then in the outbound rules also, you create another outbound rule. You say another rule about port. Port is 85 again, and then you can say allow the connections from all of them, and you can give a nice name like my outbound rule about port 85. Okay, it should also be in the enable state, and then you are able to see this on your mobile. But I don't know why, but this is working. And here, if you click on greet me, it is working completely. So it is working nicely, it is showing hello. Very well done. So this is how you deploy on your this is how you deploy your website on iOS. Similarly, there are many other website deployment uh, servers, you can say. Just like Microsoft gives IIS, Apache gives Apache. Then I think there is Goldfish by IBM. So WebSphere by IBM. I think there's something like that. So there are many website deployment servers. Website deployment servers like IIS. It will give you a lot of them. Acha, these are all the services. See, WebLogic server is there by Oracle. There are many of them. Apache HTTP server is there. WebSphere by IBM is there. So for the sake of this video, I am only explaining it to you for iOS. But there are many other servers. Process is almost the same. Okay, let's go ahead. Now let us go to your Android Studio. So this is the project, right? It has built it and everything has happened. So let us understand this Android Studio properly. Here I will show you Android Studio. So in Android Studio, the first thing that you should remember is where are the menus. So you don't see the menus. So you see this hamburger icon, just click on it, the menus will appear. Now in the file menu, you can open any project from here, and etc. You can do all these things. Main thing that we are going to do over here is see this kind of notifications, they keep coming and going. So where are they now? So there is this button, notification. You can click here, you get all the notifications that you have got so far. Okay, you can clear them all at the moment. You can do not show again. Okay, so all notifications are gone. Now what you do is you just go to build and you build an APK. So this is the application file. That means this is your mobile app. So when you create it, executing the task, okay, so in the notifications it is telling you whatever it is doing, and after a while it will generate an APK. So what is APK? Let me also search that. Okay, APK is Android package kit. So it is basically just a zip file. It is a type of archive format similar to zip files, and it contains multiple files and metadata in them. Metadata means knowledge about your project. What does your project do? That is the metadata of the project. And these files are those files which actually execute. Okay. Now, uh, now where were we? Yeah, is it executing? It should create the APK. Okay, so it has see Gradle build finished, analyzer, this, that, and finally it has said that this is the APK that I have created. You can locate it right from here. Just click here, it will open in your Windows Explorer. So this is the APK. Now the APK that it has created, it is in the debug mode. Why? Because you did not create a release APK. So here it is saying app.debug.apk. And its size, as you can see, is 4.74 MB. If you create a release APK, it will be much smaller. It will be almost 4 MB. So this 0.75 MB is additional thing just because it is debug enabled. Debug enabled means you can debug this particular APK. That means you can put console outs inside it. So whenever you click the button, then it will maybe console out a few things so that you can debug this APK. So that thing is given over here, and that's why its size increases. Now that was a simple APK. Now you can just copy this onto your system and you can install it and it will work. Okay, let me send this to myself. I'm copying this. I'll go to my WhatsApp. So what I'll do is I will just send this APK to one of my family members. I have sent it and you're able to download it. Now it has downloaded. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'll open it now. I'll go to settings. I will say please allow WhatsApp to install okay, so it got installed. I can just open it. This is my app. Greet me. Now what I'll do is I'll just click the button. Yeah, it is saying hello. So my application is working fine. Now that is how you run it on your phone. Now if you really want to debug it, then please refer to this video. Go to this timestamp where you will be able to see how to debug it on various places. Means you can debug it on your phone also, you can debug it in a browser also. How to do that? For that, please refer this video. And now I'll tell you how to create a signed APK. So for that, you go to build again. Now instead of going here, you go over here, generate signed APK. Here it will ask you whether you want a app bundle or an APK. So go with the APK. APK is the old way. Signed bundle is a new way. Uh, do you have any key store? If you don't have it, then you'll have to create new. So these are the keys. If a key is needed to sign your APK, that means this APK was created by which developer. So that is your key. And to store a lot of keys, there is something called as key store. So key store is just a file, and that file is a file with path with name JKS. Okay, so I'm just giving any name like Amit dot Shirasao or Amit dash Shirasao .jks. Okay, so this is just a file which will be used as a key store. Now inside this I'll be writing I'll be giving some password. So this password is the key store password. Inside this key store I'm creating another key. So this is my key for this application. So I'll say key dash greet hello. Okay, here I'll be giving any password. I can give the same password or another password. For every key you can have a different password. The number of years for which your key can be valid, I can give 100 years or even more than that. I'm giving 100 years at the moment. Okay, then you give your details like my first name, last name. I'm an individual, don't have an organization, so individual. uh, City is Pune, as you know, Maharashtra state, and country is India, as you know. Okay, I'll say yes. See, all this information is once again shown over here. I can let Android Studio remember the password. If you don't trust Google, then you can keep this unchecked and remember these passwords. It's up to you. I'll say next. Now here, which type of APK do you want? Debug or release? So debug APK, as I told you, it is 4.75 MB. Now let us create a release APK. It will be around 4 MB. Okay, so now it will create the release APK and signed release APK. Okay, so why is this signing required? Signing is required because basically there should not be theft of ideas, right? I will make a APK and somebody else will market it. That is wrong. I should be able to claim that every little piece of code that is there in this APK is my code. That is why I have signed it. Companies can also sign it, like as you could see while making it, while making the key, we had to give the organization and everything, right? So even organizations can do that. It will get generated in a while. Okay, by that time I'll tell you how to deploy it. Yeah, it is done. So you can locate it again. This is the release APK. Let us see the size. It is almost 4 MB. So 0.75 MB, it is less as compared to a debug APK. Now let us publish this on an app store. So there are 3 ways of publishing it. See, I'll tell you, Android App Store. There are so many app stores. One is by Google, okay, but this Google App Store has a problem that you have to create a developer account. You have to give a one-time fees, which is 200 US dollars. Sorry, 25 US dollars, I guess. Google Play Store developer account price. 25 US dollars one-time registration fee. But then I'll show you my case. I have even taken a screenshot of it. So when I tried to access my developer console on Google, it told me that uh, it is blocked because it is deactivated because you did not use it for a very long time, and then it is asking me to pay the fees again. So you tell me one thing. You told me earlier that it is a one-time fee. Now you are asking it again. This is not right, and that's why I won't recommend you to use Google Play Store. See, so when you go to this play.google.com/console developers, then you have to select your account like this, and then see, it is telling me that my account is closed. Why? Because due to inactivity. And then it also says that the developer account registration fees is non-refundable. It is not going to refund me. So how do I do it now? I have to reactivate it, and for reactivating, once again I'll have to pay 25 US dollars. So that is the problem for me, and that is why I'll recommend this Indus App Store, which is by this phone pay company. It's an Indian app store and it works very well. So see, other than Google App Store, there are so many other app stores like see this Aptoid. Then there are many. Softonic might also be giving, but a good app store is Indus App Store only. So this is a good one. And then see, Amazon App Store is also there. Apple Store is there, but Apple only works with Apple. It doesn't work with Android. Um, this government of India has also given a app store, but this app store is pathetic. I'm not even able to register to it. When you register, it asks you for a phone number and an email address. It has not given me, so it verifies both of them. So the verification code was not sent on my email address, so I could not verify, and it requires verification of phone as well as email to start using this app store. So I could not get in only, and that is why I don't recommend this app store. Also, I'll recommend this this thing in this app store. So I've given the link over here as well, so you can go from here, or this is what it is. So in this app store, you see that for developers, so go here, Here it is saying that you can download these badges also. So these badges are to be put on your website. Let us say I create a website also saying Amit tutorials. So on that website, I can give this kind of badges that this app is available on this Indus App Store. So if you're using an Android phone, then you can download this app for your Android phone from here. So click here, and then maybe I can give the link to this Indus App Store wherever my app is there. So I've already put a few of them into draft mode. I'll create a few more. Maybe I'll just show you what to do. You just click this button, list new app, and then you will see all these things. Okay, so instead of filling everything all over again, I'll do one thing. I'll show you one of the drafts. Okay, I created it today itself. So what all is there? So here you give the title, you give the icon, which type it is. So it is an app, what category it is, entertainment, whether it is of any of these types or none of the above. This is for government regulations, right? If it is a banking app, then maybe SEBI will look into it, that kind of regulations. Then what age group is it made for? Then app metadata means something about the app. So hello is a nice greeting, it makes you feel good. These are the screenshots of the app. You can give a video description also. Okay, then here it gives Indic language support. So in India there are 22 major languages. Out of them, this Indus App Store gives you 12 languages for which you can customize your app. So just click this button. It is disabled now because I've already generated it, and that's why it's saying generated status. But you can click this button. What it does is whatever description I gave, that description it is now translating in Hindi. Similarly, if I go to Marathi, it is translating it in Marathi as well. Okay, so same thing, it is getting translated. Now for Hindi and Marathi, maybe I can add other screenshots also having Hindi and Marathi text into it. Okay, so this is what it does. Only the description, title, that gets translated. Screenshots you have to put on your own. Okay, after that go ahead, then give a few more information about yourself, that my email, my contact number, my website URL. Do you have a privacy policy? I said I don't have a privacy policy because this app does not collect any user data. Why is privacy policy needed? See, if you collect the user data, then will you be using it for the right purpose? Where all will you be using that user data? That is defined by your privacy policy. So you can give this privacy policy if you're collecting the user data. If I don't even collect the user data, then what is the need of a privacy policy? So I'm giving this reason that I'm not collecting the user data, so I don't need a privacy policy, and that's why I don't have a privacy policy. Go next. Here you can upload that file. So here you can upload. So here you upload that file. So where is that file? See, this is that file. You can drag this, you can drop it right over here, it gets uploaded. Got the idea? After doing this, you can just say finish or submit. It's already in the draft mode, so okay, probably I could have submitted it as well. When you say submit, then it says that it is under the review and everything. So here the status will be in review. Okay, probably they have rejected my app because it does almost nothing, so probably they have rejected it. But otherwise this in review should be published. Now the last status should be it is published. So currently the status is draft because they have probably rejected this app. So if they reject it, then it is in the draft state. So this is the app store that you can use. Okay, now finally let us commit our code into Git. So let me go to the Visual Studio Code IDE. Here I have given, here go to the third icon, this is for Git, and give any nice comment and just hit commit. Now it is saying that my username and user email is not configured. So as I told you earlier, go through my Git videos. One of my older Git videos talks about this. So this is that older Git video saying adding Git to VS Code ID. Here in the video description, you will see all this. That see, if you find a difficulty in committing, if you are asked to configure Git username and password, then do the following. Open the local Git repo in any terminal window like VS Code terminal or CMD or Git bash, and then run these commands. So what I'll do is I'll open this folder. Where is this folder? Yeah, this is our folder. Over here, let me open the command prompt. So opening the terminal over here, and here I will run the command git config user and my username, and git config user email and my email. Okay, now I'll try the same thing again, committing. So now the commit should happen. Committing. Yeah, the commit has happened. Now none of the repos or Git providers has been selected so far, so I am not able to publish it onto the cloud repository. So for publishing it, by default it is taking GitHub only. So you can go here. It says do you want to publish it as a private repo? I'll say yes, and in my GitHub it will get published. Okay, now I can open the GitHub to see whether it got published correctly or not. So it got published. So this is how you basically publish your code. Now henceforth, if you make any change, like for example in this file, if I'm making this change, I'm saving it, I'm committing it, I saved it, nothing happened really. I wonder why. Save it. Okay, let me change some real thing. Let me go over here. Instead of greet me, I'll be saying greet me exclamation mark. Come on. I really don't understand. I should be able to see it over here. Yeah, refresh. I'm able to see it now. This is new change. So when I commit it, I'll do commit like this, then I'll sync the changes. Either you click this button or you click this button at the bottom. So it will synchronize the changes. Okay, so this is how you will keep changing, and you will commit and then push the changes onto the cloud. Okay, now let us say that somebody else has done some change over here. For example, let us change something like in the home.html. Let us say that somebody changes this to greet me. Okay, this is, let us say, greet edit it. I'll say greet me page, let us call it that way. Commit the changes. So some other developer has made this change. Okay, now I need to pull that change, right? So here if you refresh it, it will tell me that there are a few changes which are to be pulled. Yeah, I've already done that change. It's already committed. Yes. So let me synchronize. So that change will come over here. See, greet me page. So this is how your Git works. I hope everything is clear to you. For Git, please refer to both these videos. It will be very clear to you after that. But I think I've given you a brief introduction of everything in this particular lecture. Do let me know how you like my effort. Until next time, Jai Shri Ram. ये है अमित शिरासाव, अमित शिरासाव, अमित शिरासाव, अमित शिरासाव.